Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your girl, Miss Vibrations. Let me know when you get in here. Say hello to me. How's everybody going? Hey, Bonita girl. Oh, I'm on this screen right now. I can't. Maybe I'll raise it up. Who knows? How's it going? Yes, share the show. Sharing is caring. It's almost like every other week I've seemed to be a little tired. But I'm here today. What are we going to get into? Probably nothing much. Probably just give y'all an update as to what, excuse me, an update to what I've been doing and what I've been working on. How y'all feeling today? Is anything new and exciting going on with y'all? Anything else out there in the world? It's so many different things going on. All this foolishness. What's that? Oh yeah, I like this new black and white setup. Don't y'all? I really like it. Hey, Andre. How are you doing tonight, Andre? What's going on? How you feeling? How you feeling? Make sure you give me a heart and a thumbs up. You guys, thank y'all for joining us tonight. Make sure you go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Okay? Yes. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Ooh. Oh, I do got it over here showing. What's new? Is anything exciting going on with y'all? Benita's house, the kids. We got everybody get in here. Get in here, do your little sherry thing. Shout outs to YouTube. Hey YouTube, I see y'all. I have to start going back live on TikTok. I haven't been going live on TikTok in a minute. I don't know why, but I have not been going live on TikTok in a minute. Just so much. We are in the process of redoing everything, so I'm excited about that. What we getting into tonight, y'all? Oh my gosh, Dirk is on trial, okay? And let me tell you, I keep telling y'all, them streets don't love nobody, child. Them streets don't love nobody. Then we have the back to school. Are you guys excited for school to be back in? I'm not gonna lie, I've been online looking and seeing everybody talk about school and kids, and I'm like, oh, get this off of my feed. the the joys of not having anybody going to school, right? The joy, yeah. So I might be a little biased about it, okay? I have a little bias about that. Oh, I've been working. What else? What else have I been doing? I've been helping and working with one of my clients. And oh my goodness, he has me working like double, triple, quadruple overtime. Y'all, when I tell y'all like this one client is so keeps me so busy that I don't even have the time for me. All I got is for y'all on Wednesdays, okay? That's all I have for y'all. But no, it's been really, really fun. Let me just give you guys a little update on what I've been doing. So I'm always in front of the camera. A lot of times I'm behind it too, depending upon if I'm doing something for someone else. But here we are. Lately, I've been in my director bag, my director and producing and all of that. So that's been really, really fun. That's been really fun. He's been keeping me very busy. I've been learning a lot of things. I had a good conversation with one of my friends today. Hopefully, she shows up to put the question in the chat because this question was like a question I don't know if I was struggling to answer it, but it was something on the lines of um would you be okay with people being cool with people that don't like you or something like that? I don't know. Y'all know I like to paraphrase. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. Oh, I see all y'all here. Oh, you know what? Let me drop the link down here so that we can let you guys do your call in thing if you want to call in to chime in the discussion. And I love when y'all call in because I get to talk to y'all. Y'all get to change my mind a little bit. I get to change y'all's. Probably not ever, but we working. We be working. But yeah, it's been extremely fun with me doing these new things that I've been doing. I've been behind the camera a lot and directing and doing things, and it's like you just never know how things begin to unfold and which way in the direction of which you're going. Also, you guys, if you would like to donate, you can go ahead and go to the website and donate, or you can send something to Cash App so we can get some of these remodeling things done. I would truly appreciate your assistance. If not, sharing is caring. Just share the show. Um, yeah, and shout outs to everybody who is on Patreon. Thank you guys. I appreciate that for the Patreon folks. So let me see that question. I think that was the question. I think that was the question she had brought up. Hey girl, hey Jamanda girl. Yeah, so that's what it is. So that's one of the questions like Handy Mandy hit me with. Like, how would you feel? Hey CJ, I don't know how I let you sneak past, or did I already speak? Look, my brain going pew, 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 pew. Then y'all, I have to also take. Look, you see them all over the place. I have to take this exam, and the exam look like the exam is going to be taking me. Okay, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. I've just been sleepy, so I can't be on here all night long because, yeah, I have to get some snooze. Let's see. What did she say? Yes, I'm okay with it, and they can invite me to the same events with them too. How I know how to handle myself around those people. Okay, okay, come through the mature one. Yeah, so that was one of the questions. I think something happened. If I'm going to try to paraphrase, something happened with. Okay, look, she put the question up here. I ain't got to do that. Look at the Lord. Won't he ask and you shall receive? Won't he do it? Now they won't even let me click her comment. Oh, there you go. All righty. All righty. So here's the question. So I believe that this was something that had gone on. She saw with Corey Holcomb or something, right? And y'all know Corey Holcomb. He likes to rage bait and bust people triggers, right? And so yeah, y'all remember when that video came up about him beating up that girl? So it was like, if you fell out with someone, do you expect for your friends to cut the people loose also? Okay. And I believe the backstory was someone invited someone on their podcast that he didn't care for, right? I'm not sure if these people talked about him on his podcast. I don't really know, but it was just like, hey, listen, you have him on this podcast. You shouldn't be having him on this podcast, whatever they said, right? So we were having this conversation earlier, and when she asked me, here's the thing. Well, y'all tell me, how do y'all feel? I want to know your answers. For me, right? Y'all know how I feel. I feel like I don't fall out with people. People fall out with me. Right? And I know that somebody like, oh God, here she go. No, for real. Hear me out. Hear me out. Like seriously. I look at any fallouts and stuff, right? Whether it's, let me put this down. Whether it's in a friendship, a relationship, or anything, right? This is how my mind processes. Look at me processes, Lord girl. I've been watching. That's because I've been down the ghetto side of TikTok today. um, um, so it's one of those things. Oh, she said no. Inform me as to what happened. So okay, so yeah, so it's something like I said. There's this hearsay. She say, he say, right? Okay, I put the link down. I'm gonna send you the link directly because I put it in the comments, right? So here's the thing. I don't feel like I fall out with people. People fall out with me. And the reason why I say that is I have fallen out with people, in my teenage years, my 20s, probably like early 30s and things like that. Or, I can honestly say that when I started like developing and working on my business, a lot of the things that I used to care about, I stopped caring about. Right. And this is why sometimes it's not even just y'all. This is why I be telling my daughter too. Like, listen, 9 times out of 10, when it's always something going on, or people always sit on the phone gossiping, or after every breakup you just sitting there, of course you're gonna feel how you feel, right? But you sitting there with nothing to do, or when your partner is out with their friends or in your home or different things like that, a lot of the times I feel like it be so many issues because some people don't have nothing to do outside of the friendship, the relationship, co-workership. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people are only connected because of their circumstances. Do you know how many people I used to be cool with, on the police department that I don't even talk to? I talked to two of them. And I was there for 9.5 years. I talked to two. You know what I'm saying? And so, and this is still over, the course of time. Even at any of my property management jobs or anything like that, even here at the last job, you know, it's a few that I speak to here far and there, but it's one that I speak to more frequently. You know what I mean? So a lot of the times you only deal with people because you are in that same ratio in that radius with them, right? So that's why I say I don't really fall out because I got too much other stuff that I need to be falling in. You know what I mean? I can't even quite ponder a friendship or things like that ending. I can feel them, or even a relationship. I can feel it, and it's gonna and it's going to have the effect that it does. But at the same time, I can't sit in it. You know what I mean? Can y'all relate? So I always feel like whoever ends the thing is the one that takes it the easiest, and the one who didn't want things to end usually take it the hardest, right? So when it comes to friendships, I honestly don't feel like I've lost a friend like in this 30 some years, as far as not 30 some years, but 9 years of Candi Coated. There's 8.5, 9 years of Candi Coated, right? The people who have come and people who have gone, right? Some of them have been around, some of them have not, and I don't take it personal, and at one point I did, at one point I used to, right? But here it is. This might sound selfish, right? But if you know, everybody means something to me, right? But losing, if when you ever lose someone that has completely made like a huge impact on your life, losing other people, it matters, but it don't be mattering. Like it's like, okay, it hurts, but this was my dog. So if you don't want to be here no more, then I ain't got nothing to do with that because I done already lost my dog. But at the same time, because I lost my dog and I had to deal with losing, the person that knew me best, you not wanting to be my friend no more is just like water under the bridge. You know what I mean? The relationship coming to an end, yeah, it'll suck, but it's like, yo, life gotta go on. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like when you treat people good, it's all about how you treat them when they're around, right? And I put the links there too. When you treat people good when they are in your life, it's very rare that when somebody decides that they no longer want to be in your life, that you feel real jacked up about it. Do that make sense? Like let me know. Talk to me, talk to me, talk to me. Hit the link or talk to me. In the comment. It's like um anybody who's not around, like who were friends with me at one point in time, I'm not mad because I have too many things that I want for my life than a friendship. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There's too much going on out here. Eggs is $85 a dozen. Gas is $93 a mill, a half a gallon. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, it's so many other things going on. And I feel like a lot of the times we're always fighting people to stay around, right? So when she asked me this, we were talking about this with the friendship thing, I'm like, it's a little slippery because I have gone to places where, the people there may not have cared for me, Matter of fact, actually, y'all seen her show up on the show before. She showed up on the show years ago, right? It was me and Coach. Do y'all remember that? She showed up on the show because her friend was on my show. And she didn't know. Well, I think she knew. I don't know. I don't like to lie for nobody. But remember, Corey got up on here and she was trying to play with me on this screen. And I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we ended up speaking. And this was like a long childhood beef that spilt over into adulthood, right? But it was more so on her end because when I ran into her, do y'all remember that? I know Benita remember that. When I ran into her, coach was asking her, and he was like, "Oh, so this was a long, long time ago." I was like, "This was 3 years ago," and he was like, "Oh, really?" You know what I mean? And she wasn't really trying to say what the issue really was because she really didn't have one. You know what I'm saying? Some people will just dislike you to dislike you. I'm sorry, but don't harm no foul, right? But the point is, we talked about it and it was like water under the bridge. Now she like supports me. She became a supporter. She sends me things online. She sent gifts and all of that. She actively shares. She does when she's online. She sent me places she would like for me to go visit. So, this is something that was able to be resolved as an adult. But we had a mutual friend in common, right? Let me pull that back up here for the people in the back that's getting here. So we had a mutual friend in common, and I didn't mention anything about it too much to my friend. My nephew was with me, and I'm like, "Girl, your homegirl was playing." I was like, "Dang, all these years later, and she's still mad." But I was like, "You right there with me. So if you right here with me, and you really have an issue with me, then we gonna talk about it, or you gonna do whatever you want to do about it, right?" So I've had events and things like that where this same friend didn't care for particular people that was at my function. But when she comes, she stays to herself. She does that. When we're on the phone, she don't bring them up. I don't bring them up. Like it's people who don't even thinking about one another, right? So that's why I think it's important because what happens when your friend says something out of line or out of pocket about me to you, right? Where do you stand? You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where it's like, I don't really mind not dealing with nobody. If, for one, I feel like can't nobody defend me better than I can defend myself, right? Today, people are so fickle, right? You have people who are your friends, like even people who I consider to be like my best friends, and I don't any longer like deal with them. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't even think about them. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Like, I don't even think about them. I don't take anything personal. They were a good friend while they were around in my life for that time. But if God saw fit for it to be, it'll come back and it'll be what it's gonna be. You know what I mean? Some people truly are around for a season and a reason. And then you have those some people who are your friends that are going to want to come in and nurture that friendship. They're going to want to be there. And I have several of those, like where me being in their life matters, where them being in my life, it matters. You know what I'm saying? So I have that. And I think that is important. But I wouldn't know what to do if um that same maybe individual. I just feel like it's a slippery slope. Too much can happen. For instance, she probably killed me, but for instance, well, how about this? I'll say it this way. One of my siblings, one of my siblings is like cool or cordial with everybody who couldn't stand me at once upon a time. And some people might say, "Dang, that's your sister though. That's your this. That's the yeah." Does that make me feel a way toward my sister? No, because I can't change the fact that you're my sister. Now, if my sister was my homegirl and she was a friend, I wouldn't even deal with her. You get what I'm saying? So it's one of those things where I don't know. I just feel like you stand for something or you fall for anything. I think it may be situational, but then for me to sit up here and try to come up with a situation, I feel like I'm forcing it and coming up with an excuse or trying to find an answer for something that I wholeheartedly don't do. You know what I mean? Like I don't do that. So it's like I don't know. I don't know. I mean, y'all call in and y'all can let me know. What did it say? I don't want my friends to choose between myself and someone else. If you're a true friend, you will balance the two. Yeah, yeah. I think you could. That's why I'm like, maybe is this type of stuff like circumstantial, you know? Because um But then who got time to be balancing? I'm trying to balance my checkbook. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I just feel like we are too old to be I don't know. I just think we are just too old to just be harboring about friends so much. Like, get the fuck on. But I don't know. I have no. CJ said I'm a comment when I finish my round with the kids. Okay. Sure, I'm sure you are, you guys. And I also put a link in. Andre, you there? I know you there. So yo, I put the link in the comments. I'm just trying to wrap my mind around it because, like I said, we spoke about this briefly earlier, and I don't know. I just think it's tricky. I think. Oh, I'm gonna send a link in your inbox because I put it in here. I just think that it can be. I think that it can be tricky. I do. And let me put the link in here again too. Now listen, y'all know, and there's no shade, and it's not because I like her. I love Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is in like every example of life, right? And I remember when the Breakfast Club had asked 50 Cent and was like, what is it with Nicki Minaj? Why do you like? Do y'all think that anybody like it could be a team again, like Drake, Lil Wayne, and Nicki? And 50 was like, yeah. He was like, but I think she probably got to do it with men. I don't think it might. She don't necessarily have to do it with women. And they was like, well, what is it like? Why does it seem like she has a problem with everybody? And he was like, well, Nicki been bumped around a lot. He was like, yo, gonna. She said, oh god. She said, listen, because listen, there's a lesson in every story, okay? He was like, because Nicki been bumped around a lot. And he was like, so, you know, if when you friends with somebody, right, and you talking to them or you might be confiding in them and they cool with other people who know for a fact that don't rock with you, how do I know you're not sharing my business? Because think about this. People could we could tell somebody anything. How many times somebody told you don't say nothing and you didn't say something? Come on, don't be no liar, pants on fire. I've been guilty of that. How many times have somebody said to you, don't say something, and you've not repeated it to somebody else that you wholeheartedly trust? Come on now. In the Black community, that's what we do. You know what am I lying or am I lying? Okay. So it's one of those things, right? And he was like, so it's just one of those things where if she know you rock with people who she know for a fact don't rock with her, she not mad at you. She just don't rock with you. She put you on that side. And it was like, oh, okay. So one of those things is like, I'm looking forward so I can send it to you. I'm very much similar, but not wholeheartedly because I don't be caring what people be doing with their lives. But I do think that okay, I just sent you the link. Ooh, oh yeah, I hope I sent it to the right person. I did just send you the link. But I do. I think that it's important to know how people will handle you when you're not around and different things like that. I don't know. I don't know. What y'all thinking? What you thinking, Andre? What you thinking, Andre? And then you got to think about it. Sometimes it could take years, decades for you to realize that who you thought was a friend to you wasn't even a friend to you. So let me ask you this. So with this, why she tries to get the link to come on, would you still be friends with a friend that slept with your man or slept with your, like, let's say your high school sweetheart, or, ended up with your child's father ages after y'all were together? Like, come on, look at me. I'm trying to open it up a little bit. Would you be okay with that? You snooze, you lose. Because there are some people who are okay with that. There are some people who do it. So, I don't know. I think that the friendship thing is a little tricky. Hey,
you can hear me?
yeah, I can hear you nice and clear.
Oh, okay. Hey, guys.
Hey.
No, but me speaking on that, I definitely think even I know I'm always going to sound like I'm saying this, but I really feel like stuff like that is also circumstantial.
Okay.
I do feel like stuff like that is circumstantial. I would
Right.
just hope, like I heard you say like the people repeat stuff even after someone said don't say it. That is a fact. But I
Yeah.
would hope a person not crazy enough to go speak to the person that you don't like and tell them something. Now, yeah, you might tell somebody else, one of your other friends,
Yeah.
but you hopefully would not be going to the person that they know you don't like to
Right.
repeat something that's said. That to me is ridiculous.
Yes.
But I don't know who do it. I ain't doing that or
Right.
whatever. But I know people definitely do repeat stuff or whatever. But I do think it's circumstantial. I think, even sometimes even everybody ain't right all the time either. Yourself
Right.
could not be right sometimes. I'm not right all the time. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And I have to go revisit stuff sometimes that I'm saying or I'm doing. I gotta go back and look at it. Not ever scared to admit I was wrong. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Um, but you could be jumping on the side of something and a person is totally out of pocket.
Yes.
Totally. You know what I mean? And now you are dismissing friendships or relationships because everybody ain't a friend. But you could be dismissing a relationship that was unnecessary to dismiss because of loyalty. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And I feel like when you are real friends with people, it shouldn't be no kind of way that you're not even able to speak to this person and tell them the truth about stuff. And like I know, like a couple shows ago, y'all was saying people can't always handle the truth, which I believe to be true too. People
Yeah.
cannot always handle the truth. But I would hope that if I consider somebody my friend, that they will be able to tell me the truth before I outsider do it. You get
So
what
I
I'm
so
saying?
also everyone has different definitions of a friend too.
Yes, they do.
So what do you guys and I'm gonna ask you that too. What is a good friend? Because we say this, oh, this person is not a good friend, this not a good friend. We all have a different standard of what we want a friend to be. But what really is a good friend? What defines a good friend?
I feel like you hold real friends in a way that other people are not held. You don't hold everybody in the same regard. I do know that, you can have association with a million people. You don't hold all of them people in the same regard. I feel like when people are real friends with you, I mean, they almost feel like a family you love. You get what
Okay.
I'm saying? And everybody not going to get that from you, period. Not to me.
Yeah.
That's how I look at my friends. Like, I can know a million people. It's only certain people that could get in my heart.
Yeah.
So that's
How about
how I
you guys
look at
out there? What's a
it.
what's a real friend to you? Because we all have different definitions, and this is the thing. Like these are those other words like loyalty, friendship. What's that word that triggered me last week? Exceptions. You know, it's we all have our own definitions of everything, and you just never know where you fall or somebody falls on the friend spectrum. You know, because that may be your definition. That's your definition of a real friend. And that may not even be my definition of a real friend.
Right.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Andre said a friend will defend you in rooms you're not present in.
And I
Okay.
believe that too. I do believe that also. Like you won't let somebody bash your friend. Like you're not going to be sitting around listening to somebody going in on your friend or something. I believe that too, what he's saying. People
Yeah.
will defend your friend in a room you're not in. You can't talk about my friends in my face. I can't help what you do behind our backs, but you
Right.
won't do it in my face. You won't. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna stand there and let you do it. But you know, hopefully you will have that type of respect. I'ma definitely demand it because I ain't gonna let them talk about you either. If you my friend. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like certain stuff for me, I just kind of look at it different. So I don't feel like I will fall out with everybody. It depends on what it is. Now, if what my friend is telling me about this person who betrayed them, I guess certain betrayals because I don't even know what a person would consider betrayal, but If
Mhm.
you'll do certain stuff, you'll do it to anybody. So I definitely am gonna keep you around when there's certain stuff. Of course, you getting cut off with the friend cutting you off too. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because betrayal in certain ways is just like no, it's no exception. You know what I mean? But if y'all had a little spat over something stupid and it's just blowing up out of proportion because of an argument, and maybe y'all said too much to each other, and that might could go totally to the left.
Yeah.
I feel like that's too petty to be trying to make me choose like a child, to be honest. Like
Yeah.
I do. I just feel like it's too petty. Y'all could be arguing over something real stupid. Real stupid. You know what I mean? And we know how our mouths get sometimes. The mouth be saying a little bit too much, that could blow out of proportion to something serious because people take what you say serious sometimes. You get what I'm saying? And before
Yeah.
you know it, that's out of proportion.
Well, we witnessed something like this spill over publicly. Do y'all remember the whole issue with Cardi B and Lotto? Remember when Cardi B was arguing with Ice Spice, and she's arguing with Ice Spice and was like, "You think I'm pussy ass Lotto? You think I'm Lotto? You think I'm pussy? I will beat you the f up." She was like, "I'm nothing like these other rap itches." You know what I mean? And a lot of people felt like, dang, Lotto caught a stray while you arguing with somebody, because you know what they like to say. People like to say how they really feel when they're upset. Y'all ever heard that saying? People true feelings come out when you make them mad and when they drinking.
Right.
And she really felt like that about her because of what she said. Now this girl had done they've done multiple songs together. They made some money together. And then you learn how this girl feels about you, right? And it made me think about what you said when you said, well, when we get upset, our mouth is reckless. Absolutely, our mouth can be reckless. And I've been in several situations where I was like furious with the people on the other end of the line, whether it was friend, family, foe, mother, siblings, anything, right? And even still, with that, I've always been able to hold my tongue with certain things, because certain things I'm not going to argue with my friend or my family and, like you said, say some wild stuff to you when, like, you somebody on the street. If anything, I'm gonna have use some restraint because of how I feel, and because I consider you a friend, because I consider you my man, because we're a family. So I don't really think that that saying what you saying to somebody in the middle of an argument, if y'all get into a disagreement, is even an acceptable excuse. Because if I'm a friend and certain things like that, certain stuff you shouldn't even say to me. You shouldn't you
Right. But
should
in a
you
heated
should have to
argument,
catch yourself when you about to say some stuff.
but everybody not the same. See, you can't put
Yeah.
everybody in your category because that's what it is. Like
And this is
you
why
have
we
to
wouldn't be
think out.
friends.
Right. Well, that's what it is. But I'm
Yeah.
just saying, outside of your category, it's people that think all type of ways. You didn't seen it with your own eyes. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? You seen it with your own eyes. People get mad. You don't even know how they think because some people just make assumptions. They might assume you said something. That's why I'm not a big texter, because you could
Yeah.
be saying something to a person in text and they don't even know the feeling behind what you said. It just looked like it meant this, but you might not even have meant it how they took it. And before you know it, their response is not even what you expected. Like, what? You know what I mean? So you wasn't and trying to figure out why they responded to you like this, but they didn't even know how to assume what you felt like behind these words in this text. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
stuff will be taken the wrong way. People say messed up stuff all the time that they can't take back. You
Well,
know what I mean?
it seems like too, it seems like everybody wants to be adults and everybody want to have these uncomfortable conversations and communicate until it's actually time to
So you
communicate.
got to do it. Right. And a lot of people can't sit in those conversations, and that
Yeah, a lot
be
of people
the
can't sit
whole
in those
thing.
conversations. And I've even had situations as too where we've discussed something, or I've brought up something or asked them like, hey, we good? And the truth of the matter is sometimes people got an underlying issue with you that you don't even know about.
Right.
And that's been my experience here over the last few years. Like sometimes people people won't even want to bring things to your attention a lot of times because it's really a them thing and not a you thing, you know. And when people usually want to have conversations too, when it pertains to friendships and stuff like that, not everybody is, like you said, not everybody can sit in their stuff, and some people don't want to talk about the issue of what caused the friendship or whatever to end or go another way. They just want to discuss how you made them feel.
Right.
And then if there is a discussion, it's no different from you being in a relationship with a man and you telling him all this stuff that's gone wrong, and then he like, well, you ain't do this and you ain't do that, and it's like, but we're not talking about what I didn't do right now. We're talking about what the hell you just did. It's
Right.
that whole deflecting stuff. And it's like sometimes people just want to be able to acknowledge and have a reason to give you a justification for their bullcrap behavior. And it's like, no, this is what you did. This is what
Right.
you said. No, we got into it. I don't like being called the bitch. You called me four of them during an argument. I don't play that. Oh, well, I was just
Right.
upset. Well, I don't care how upset you are. Don't call me out my name.
Right.
People will live, real live, get mad at you for you putting up a standard.
Right. But that's how quick I'm saying something could go to the left because of an argument. It's not like everybody will hold their tongue. People all the time say stuff they shouldn't have said out their mouth. People
Mm-hmm.
sometimes just get over it, and some people might not. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? So it's that thing too where something could go totally wrong. Now, if a person totally wrong and out of pocket, do
Yeah.
I decide to jump on the side of that because it's a loyalty thing? You know what I mean? When you see this whole thing really misconstrued and stupid, you know what I mean? What we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I just feel like stuff like that is circumstantial. Now, if you're doing cutthroat, that means certain cutthroat, you'll do it to anybody. So of course, yes, you'll do it to me too. So who am I to be over here acting like I want to defend your nonsense when your nonsense is shouldn't even be nonsense?
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, your
But
nonsense ain't even making no sense.
right at all.
Because
But
it's nonsense.
to some degree, I just think when it depends on what it is. And I didn't seen a lot of petty things happen in my lifetime. That is
Yeah.
no way I'm jumping in the middle of that. That's too stupid. I'm trying to figure out why you feeding it. Why you feed that? Just
Yeah.
why? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, because I'm gonna be the friend that asks you why you doing it. And if
Yeah.
you get mad at me, then we gonna be like going back and forth and why you mad at me? Because I'm gonna be trying to figure it all out. Like what's going on? Like what is that you doing? You
But
know
needless
what
to
I
say, a
mean?
girlfriend is someone who could be honest with you when you're wrong.
And that's true. And a lot of people don't do that. And if you like Corey Holcomb is a strong personality person. And I think because he's so aggressive in the way he speak, that most of the people around him are yes men because they don't want to go against what he's saying because he in turn is going to come after them. He's going to come after them just for making a remark that you disagree. So somebody like him, I can't. You might not even be my friend that long. I can't side with you. Your ignorance is too strong for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The minute I can't talk to you and you act like we enemies on the plane, like what we doing?
Okay. So here we are now where we have this. Little Dirk is on trial. Apparently, I haven't kept up with that story. I don't know. I don't find it interesting yet. You know, I kept up with Young Thug because little Woody was making it comical. I even sit back sometimes on YouTube to watch little Woody moments on trial. I said, I cannot believe this man got on his trial and acted like that. And here we are. Some of these people who he's given money to, who's been around his family, some of these people now are testifying against him on this trial. Now, are they wrong for that, or are they not considered to ever be a friend? If what you doing out here can potentially have me caught up in your mess, if I wasn't involved in your mess, that's like a twist. I didn't follow it. I don't know if all the people are involved, but here we are where They're like, look, it's people who he thought was his friends, he had been with since, been cool with before he was famous. And I seen something that said one of the issues that somebody said that's why he's in the situation he's in, because he couldn't let those friends go. Do you believe that you have some friends in your life or that you have not let go, that should have been gone, long gone, and they holding on by winging a prayer? And this may not be something that you guys can answer, but it's like really just make you think like, because here this man is in a situation with friends, and these friends
That's no shit.
telling on him, hey,
What's up, y'all?
I don't know, you said you smelled some shit or something.
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. What the hell is going on around this
What they
neighborhood?
say, whoever smelt it, doubt it.
Man, listen, man. I don't know what just happened. I ain't even think I was in the studio yet. I pressed the button and then it just smacked me in my face. Like, what happened?
That sounds like you probably gotta go brush your teeth.
Hey, yo.
How you doing?
Oh, man, exhausted.
Same. Look, I'm like, oh, you logged on too, because we was about to look, get on out of here briefly. What's
Uh,
going on?
Man, I forgot everything I was gonna say. I've been waiting so long. I was trying to get all the kids dropped off, and so I wouldn't have, you know, had to keep cutting through the phone and had to call and do all this
It's
other
no,
stuff.
it's okay. You here now. We're just getting into a question that I was asked in regards to friends. You know, do you cut them off? Let me go back to the question. It was something that she saw on a Holcomb. If you fell out with someone, do you expect for your other friends to cut them off too?
All right, damn, what was I gonna say for that one? Because that was early on. I forgot what I
Thank
was
you,
gonna say for that
girl.
one.
What
Uh,
you gonna say?
well, actually, I never really had a whole bunch of quote unquote friends that was friends of friends, if that makes sense. So
Okay.
all right, I can say that I've been cool with people that had issues with people that I was cool with, and if the other person was somebody that I considered like really cool, I don't really like being around the other person when they feel like they want to call themselves bashing that person and knowing that I'm still cool with it. You don't like them like that, but you know I'm still cool with them. Why you doing that?
Right.
You can keep that to yourself. Like don't do that.
And that's why I said I feel like that's where some of the issues can come in. Just the simple fact of the matter where it's like, you might be having a good time or something like that. And I might not wanna, you know, don't come telling me about you hanging out with them. And that's
Right.
not even saying that I can't or don't want to be in here that you having a good time, but I don't know. Like I told you earlier, my sister, she be cool with everybody I don't care for at once upon a time. I'm older now. When I was younger, I used to be like, you cool with them? And you supposed to be my sister. But
I
you
guess
know,
it depends on the dynamics of how
every
y'all cool.
right, everybody's not like that. I sent the link to you guys in your inbox for those who was looking for it, but it's in the comments. So it's real tricky. I'm that person where well, in my younger days, in my younger days anyway, it's like, all right, rocking. You don't rock with them, I don't rock with them. You know what I mean? It ain't got nothing to do with that. 9 times out of 10, the person that you got a problem with ain't nobody I would hang with anyway. You
Right.
know, I'm real big on my gut. Like sometimes something be like, I can't be cool with this person. I mean, it ain't no problem, but they're your friends. They aren't mine, So and I feel like it ain't it's not there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, because if you're my friend, what happens the day that they piss you off? You gonna want to call me, talk about it. You may.
Mhm.
And I'm be like, that's why I don't rock with yo. That's why I told you get what I'm saying? It's gonna be all of that, and then it could turn into a situation where you are now talking about your friend.
Damn.
and they would probably feel away if you said that to me, even though during that moment you were just in the heat of the moment. I know, like the caller said earlier, when you argue with people, sometimes you can say things, yeah, but at the same time, you gotta control yourself, because even
Oh
still,
yeah,
certain
yeah.
things just shouldn't be said in the middle of an argument. You could be mad, but it's like, now why would you say that? Like,
And I don't see. I'm a person that's real big on say what you mean and mean what you say.
mhm,
And since that's what I'm big on as far as myself, that means I take what somebody say to me serious, because whatever I
yeah,
say to you, I'm serious about that. So whatever you say to
yeah,
me, you come out of pocket. I don't want to hear, oh, I was mad or none of that. No, I
yeah,
believe you. Don't do that. As a matter of fact, I cut off a real good homegirl years ago for that.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I don't like
it's
that.
like everything. I remember one time when one of my best friends years ago, we had gotten into it, right? And it was one of those things where she just wanted to stop being my friend, but ain't really know how to stop being my friend.
Oh,
So
she just needed a reason then.
right, she had just needed a reason. And I had another friend of mine on the phone at that time, and I was like, well, what was the issue? And she like, you called me a B. I'm like, girl, I ain't call you that, because certain things, right? I'm not gonna say just because who you are and what you mean to me, right?
Right,
Or
exactly.
what you meant to me. So if during an argument, certain where you can't tell me I've said certain things to you, because I already know me. Certain things I'm not even going to say to you because of how I feel about you. Like with my daughter, I tell her all the time, if y'all out here, y'all can come to blows and y'all cussing each other out and y'all can fight and you can put your hands on your friend. She was never your friend. They was
Yeah.
never your friend. Like we did, that's just not what I'm about to sit here and do. And I was telling my other homegirl, and she was like, that girl know damn well you ain't call her no B. I was right there. You never said that to her. She just wanted a reason and she didn't know how. No, needless to say, that was like the umpteenth time. So it was like when that happened, as far as that friendship coming to an end, I had already was at the stage of I could take you or leave you, because we only became friends again because you reached out to me and admitted you're wrong.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? So it was like, girl, please. And I've said this to them before, and it's like, hey, I am going to get off the phone because I don't want to say something
Mhm.
to you, because now it's going too far. So I feel like, yeah, we can get mad and be in the heat of a moment, but sometimes it's like, yo, look at what you're saying and look at who you could
Mhm.
be saying that to. And it's just like, okay, all right. Like that comes down to the fact of us not having no self-control
Yep.
or discipline. That's been my word of the last 60 days, discipline. We lack discipline. But
But
I
I mean,
think
some people have to grow into it though. That's
oh
the
yeah,
whole thing about life.
that's what I was about to say. Like we
Like
lack discipline
you gotta grow into it.
and we have to grow into it. But that's why I say that's usually how you can tell, like people who are actively working on themselves.
Right.
Mhm.
And I mean, it
You
take
know,
people a lot of mistakes sometimes. That's why I'm saying you see in a lot of instances,
long as
you
I
could
ain't a
just,
part of your mistake, we good. Cause I'm gonna let you gonna learn real quick over here.
but I do know, like, like within, if you just look in people, you know what I mean? I guarantee you could count several times at people speaking before thinking in
Yeah.
life. Like they speak before they think. Like you spoke before you thought before. I spoke before I thought before, because out of anger, depending on what it is, you might just pop off because you trying to respond back to something somebody's saying.
Mhm.
Now, if they might go a little bit low, you might go to hell with the thing, right? You know what I mean? And you might really go there. That happens a lot. That's not
Absolutely.
like people are sitting and thinking about it. They ain't thinking about it. They reacting.
Yeah,
You
that's
know
what
what I
that
mean?
ego
And it
gets
takes you
tapped.
some growth sometimes. It takes you some growth to get better than that. Like, let me not even feed all this mess no more. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You
and
start
that's how we gotta
thinking a
sometimes
little different.
we
Yeah,
gotta start thinking,
that's
we gotta
letting
start
that
thinking
ego
before
take
we
over.
act. We gotta start thinking
Right.
before we respond, because there's a lot of people in the cemetery. It's a lot of people in prisons because people didn't think. because people
Right.
just responded because nobody is working on, that self-control. Sometimes we get caught up in these cycles of keep repeating the same behavior because it's like, come on now, you got to get to a point where you could just sit and let somebody say what they say something, because if we both arguing and we both talking, nobody's listening.
Yeah,
Right.
at all. Everybody just responded.
Right.
Yeah, everybody's responding, but I still think that even if you do, and this is just me, I'm a courtesy of myself. I do think, and I guess, I can't measure people off of me, but I don't want to believe that I'm the only one that exists like this in the world. So I do feel like it's someone else out there similar to me or just like me. Um, when it comes to like arguing and things like that, I may have not had self-control with what I want to say and being mad and not listening, but I've not ever went overboard with a friend. I can sit
Right.
here and wholeheartedly say that. I have not ever gotten into an argument with a friend and forgot that at the end of the day,
Who
they were
that
my
person
friend
was.
and talked
Yeah.
to them crazy and said something crazy. And that's even as a teenager, adult, all of that. I've never done that. I have never done that. And I just think that a lot, like, it's situational and everybody is different because we're all at different levels. But at the same time, I think certain things just mean something to some people. Like, I think some things is just, some stuff is
I
just in you.
agree.
Some
Yeah,
stuff is
I
just,
agree.
some stuff is just in you. It ain't on you, it's in you, right? And
Mhm.
you just some shit you just not going to do, no matter how many people are doing it. It's just something with some individuals where you just not going to do it. And as much as I used to fuss and cuss and fight and all of that, I not ever went blow for blow with a friend. I've never done that. I never even really went blow for blow with a boyfriend. You get what I'm saying? So, Raquel Raquel said, and then I'm gonna let you talk, Andre, because you've been waiting for a minute. Raquel said, same here, never forgot. Yeah, you see, I knew I wasn't alone. So it's just like, it's almost like I don't know. It's like you wherever you are at in the life with me. I'm like, you got a lot of women out here who will call their man's a B. I ain't ever did that. You get what
Yeah, I ain't never
I
liked
never did
that.
that.
I ain't never been a fan of that.
Yeah, I ain't never. Oh, you all did it. I ain't never did that. We could argue, and I probably cursed you out, told you get your funky ass up out of here, something, or F you did this. But I ain't ever call you no B. I ain't never called my man or anybody I was with, no matter all the stuff they did. It's almost like you wouldn't talk to your mother crazy. So if your mother something piss you off, even as a kid, with the mumble. Even as a kid, you knew with the mumble. Even as a
Right.
kid, you knew not to be sad. So you mean tell me you want me to believe that you grew up into this adult, and when you getting into it with a friend, that's almost like something that you're taught. So you taught not to talk back to your parents. Not everybody. We ain't talking about everybody, but so it's like at some point I feel like that spills over to, this is my friend. We cool. I rock with you like that. I'm not going to talk to you crazy. I'm not going to forget that you're crazy. If you do talk to me crazy, I'm going to remind you, hey, hold on. You're doing a bit much. And don't let something happen to where as though we can't come back from this because you're doing a bit much. Or I'm going to dismiss myself. But I'm not going to ever forget that you was my friend. I'm not going to do that.
Yo, it be crazy. Sometimes we be more a friend to people than they is to us.
Yes. Hey, Andre,
Hey,
what's going on?
no, and I was gonna say like sometimes sometimes people like didn't want to say something to you, but they waiting for that right opportunity to present itself. So when you get in an argument, it's like, oh yeah, now we're unload on her. I'm gonna unload
Yeah.
the clip. I'm gonna let everything go. I've been wanting to do this, but now that it presented, so I got an opportunity to do it. I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna unload.
Yeah.
So
Question,
yeah,
Andre. Let me ask you a question with that. So, what would be the reason that you think that they didn't say something to them before it built up?
because it didn't present itself where I had a reason to, you know what I'm saying? Like I might have been feeling a certain way, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna say nothing. But then when the opportunity comes where I can unload, because now you done came at me grimy. Now I can unload how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing.
I get
Some
exactly
people
what you're
always feel a
saying, but
certain way,
I
and
want
usually
you
that shit
to
builds up.
I want you to tap into what is the reasoning that you're not going to them from the beginning. Like
I know what you're
if
saying.
some
I want to
right,
see what
like
he gonna say.
what is
I
the
know
I
what you're
just say
saying.
reasoning?
I
Right.
want to
right.
see
This
what
is
he
what I
gonna
Wait,
want to
say.
see. I
y'all
want to see
talking
if he's
over
gonna
each other.
stay with
Y'all
that.
talking over each other.
No, I'm sorry, but that's what I want to see. Like, I want to see if that's your friend and you're waiting to unload because evidently it must have been, like something's going on. Like, what is the reasoning that you're not going to the person when they first doing something that you don't like?
And
Because some people,
while you think of your answer, I'm gonna read a comment. Raquel said, "Nor do I share secrets. Share it with me if the friendship ends." Me, same,
Thank you. And that's what people need to learn how to do too.
same. I'm not. I don't do that either. So I know for me, because I've done what you said with the question that you've asked Andre while Andre is trying to sit on his thing. And I know for me, I didn't say anything right away because I got the process stuff. y'all know me in this process. I have to process it because I don't want to overreact. I don't want to just assume. I look at everything that occurred that may have led up to this. But you gotta know I'm gonna come back to you and say, hey, I gotta talk to you about this because it's something you done or something you said that made me feel X, Y, and Z. So I know for me, sometimes I have to think about it, depending upon what it is. I have to think about it. Because people don't know what offend you. You know what I'm saying? We all have different offense levels.
right,
But I would have to think about it because sometimes too, everything doesn't have to be addressed. Because you have sometimes where some people could say something and it's like you ain't even paying it no mind. It's almost like you catch shade when you catch somebody's shade and you don't say nothing, right? Right away, but you catch it.
right,
But if the pattern keeps happening over and over, it's like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You said this day, and you said this day. Do you have a problem with me? Like what? Let's talk about it because you said this and that. Oh well, why you didn't say nothing to me then? Because I wasn't thinking there was anything of it. I thought you just was having fun, or I thought you just was. But now you keep on. You know, like for me, I joke with everybody, right? But I have certain inside jokes with some people, right? I don't even like my friends to make certain jokes with me in front of people because you never know how somebody else may take the joke. And even though it's nobody's business, but you could say something in a joking manner.
thank you.
Like,
Yeah,
like even on Facebook in the comments, like with some of my friends, it's like, don't the one in particular, right? We used to always go at it. But when she would come in my comments, like we always call each other ugly. Like she called me ugly, I call her this. So it was like if there's a picture and I feel like I'm looking pretty and my caption is this, and then my friend come under it like, oh, but you still ugly. Nobody on the outside knows that that's my friend, right? But that may spark the need
yeah.
for somebody else
I
to
put them in a bank in the refrigerator.
come up and say something, right? So, and it's like, oh no, now your friend is like, oh no, I was just playing. That ain't even it at all. Or chill on my homegirl, stuff like that. I just feel like certain jokes and just certain ways of how I deal with people, I don't do it in front of do it in front of everybody. Just because you never know who else will say something. Because if somebody else decide they want to chime in, thinking it's a fun kiki moment, they chime in on it. Now you cussing them out.
Right.
And
But
then
that's
it's
And it
what
like,
they
could
oh,
be
but I
get
thought
for
it was
chiming
okay
in.
because such and such did it. And it's like, no. So I know I'm like that for me. I don't like that. I've never, and I wasn't always like that, but that's something that like developed over like the last, like 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years. It's like, no, don't joke with me. Me and you joke. Don't joke with me in front of him. Don't joke with me in front of her because you
right.
already know I don't really rock with her like that. So don't do that. And it's like, oh, okay, my bad. I didn't know. So I'm even like that. I don't say certain stuff in front of people either between my friends. Because you just never know how somebody else could take it.
But that's what I'm saying, because you got certain friends who always want to like put a certain friend down when they always around. And that's what I'm saying. Like sometimes that friend it get to a point where we somewhere and they just snap. Like you're not gonna keep, doing this to me.
Yeah.
They internalized. They kept it inside, and then now we somewhere, and I'm ready to start speaking up, and it becomes a big spill out. But like you said, yes, it should have been able to be addressed earlier,
Yeah.
but because it manifested the way it did, now I'm letting it all out. Because like I said,
So
it could simply
do
be the
everybody
timing.
on this? Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It could simply be the timing or where we at. Now, if we
Right.
home chilling and I keep letting it happen, but then we go to the club and you think because you're around some other people, you going to clown me?
Right.
Now we unload on you. And
Yeah.
everybody looking like, well, where that come from? It's been building up.
Yeah.
And I've been taking it.
Right. It's almost like the people who y'all have ever had people around each other and it's like they be like, oh, you starting to act real funny because such and such thing came around. Now your whole tone. And
Right.
it's like, and then my thing is this though. Do it really be that they acting funny? Or are they really being who they are and they're more comfortable and the other person may accept them more than what you do?
Right.
Like I'm curious about that. Because I'm the same around everybody, but I'm also big on like an energy person. So if you like to talk trash and all of that, and I can talk trash with you, we're gonna talk trash together, and it's gonna be a good time. But if in the mix of that somebody else is real quiet and they ain't really standing up, and it's almost like you okay, you good, because it's gonna look like me and my other friend having a ball, and you gonna look like the stiff one. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But
So
see, I know that, but I think friendships like that though, like, is also a thing where, it because you get different. I feel like I have different friendships with all the friends I got. Like it's different. I ain't even gonna say ways that I am, but all your friends are different, first of
Yeah,
all.
everybody
And the
did.
same
Yeah.
fun
Yeah.
you might have with this one, you don't have the same fun with the other one. You might have a
True.
whole different thing with them. You get what I'm saying?
True.
Now, I
Yeah.
am the clutching your pearls person all day long around all my friends. Okay, that's
yeah,
just my personality. And if your friends came around and y'all key, I might not even be the key piece person all the time. You get what I'm saying? And they might look at me like I'm stiff, but just being out, I'm paying attention to how much fun people having. I'm having fun just doing that. But
yeah,
Exactly.
somebody else looking at me might assume that I look bored. You know what I mean? But my fun and their fun is two different fun. You get what I'm saying? So I think that is even a situational thing.
It is.
Like
I used to get
literally,
in
because that's my
situations because of that
personality.
sometimes.
like when I go with my friends, all right, and I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna share this as guilty as charged. So outside of this, I'm a colorful person. I've always liked colors. Like I've always liked colors. And some people have even called me childish because I like colors, right? And I'm like,
What?
well, damn, since when did colors begin to have a label, right? But I will not ever be who I am, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I like colors. Colors are lively. Colors express. I like to express myself with colors, hair, all of those things, right? These are the makings of me, right? And um, when I'm out with my friends, like guilty as charged with Handy Mandy. If we go into like a museum or something, I turn into like the biggest kid, I guess, if that's what you would say, right? And I just enjoy life when I'm doing things like that. And then they always say you're supposed to always be able to tap into and stay in tune with your inner child, right? Because when you were a kid, you were free, you were fun, Daredevil was picking up critters and stuff with your hands. Now in the day, you're running from a spider, right? But it's the same spider you used to pick up when you were a child. And it's been times I'm with her and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know you like girls. She's a big ass kid, calm down. And she always be like, no, that's just who you are. Like,
Mhm.
I know you're gonna be in here, you're gonna have fun, you're gonna be wanting a million pictures, you just gonna be running around. Like, I remember we went to Candi Topia. You remember that, Handy Manny?
Yeah, I remember that.
Have y'all guys been to Candi Topia? I have been wanting to go to Candi Topia forever. And Candi Topia is like a colorful person's heaven.
Yeah. I'm telling you, if they would have had one of them little horses, you know, them little teeny horses, she'd have been on the horse jumping around. I'm telling you right now. And I just would have been cracking up. Like, I would
Okay.
have been laughing the whole time. Like, this girl is crazy. But that is you being yourself. You know what I mean? Now, some people, this is the reason I don't blend, though. I don't blend a lot of my friends because you just don't know. And a lot of times you do know who ain't going to blend, first of all. But secondly, it's like I'm having fun with you the way we have fun. You get what I'm saying? Everybody might not blend into that type of fun all the time. You know what I mean? So that's why I say you can have fun with this person this way. Your next fun with your other friend might be a whole totally different thing. Y'all might be seriously talking about serious topics for 30 minutes, looking like y'all, you know, like into
Sitting
something
down with
serious.
fucking
Serious, nobody's
Ronaldo.
laughing. Right. And this was fun to you though. You might have fun with the camaraderie of going back and forth. This ain't nothing laughing at the table. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So I definitely feel like that is situational. Like it doesn't mean you're not having a great time. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? My
because I
time
had
is
that
fun
lady.
too.
I had that lady. I was like, can you throw the confetti on me while I stand in a circle with my arms? I was like, can you do
You
it? And she was like,
definitely
could you?
having
I was
fun.
like, I know you probably like, she's a big ass kid. And the lady was like, and the girl was like, no. I was like, all right, come on. So I got it. I said, go ahead and put my hands up. And she popped it on me. I'm like, and those are one of my favorite pictures from that day. I don't know. It's like when I get places and all of this, I tune out everybody else. Like y'all, for the anniversary, y'all, we went to the Black, or I ain't gonna call it the Black Wax Museum. We went to the National African American Museum in DC. Y'all, I was dancing. First of all, I saw Tina Turner and everything. My mind went blank. Okay, you would have thought that Tina Turner was
I
there
think
herself
the
to greet me.
cheesecake strawberry.
She was
Okay,
trying out to be a
Lemon.
backup dancer, y'all. She was trying out to be a backup dancer. It's like,
y'all. So I didn't know that in the museum they show one of my favorite scenes from the movie.
Oh my gosh.
And I started acting that scene out
Oh my God.
and
a whole
dancing. And I didn't even know, like, this guy had told his people, was like, hey, look, watching me, right? And when I got done, I gave him a 5. I said, I did that. He said, yeah, you did. You feel me? So, and he gave me a high five. Like, I'm getting excited just sitting here thinking about it and just talking about it because, yo, why do how other people act bother us?
Because they wish they can be
they could
themselves.
be that free. Right. They wish
Yes,
they could be that free,
I
probably.
will
yes.
want you to be who you really are around me, regardless of what that looks like, because I wouldn't want you to be a fake person around me either. I don't want you going out your way trying to be something that you're really not. And then here I am thinking I know or figured out who you are the whole time you wearing a mask. Nah, be who you is so I
Right,
can appreciate who
right.
that person is.
Mm.
And I'm saying like in it all could blend because Candace, me and you is
And
like
most people
on
accept you as you are.
what?
Yeah, exactly.
What happened?
But no, I was saying Candace, me and you is like probably on two ends of the totem pole. You get what I'm saying? But we be laughing the whole time we do go out and do things. Like we do enjoy each other's company, even though I might be a little handy mandy with the pearls, and you gonna be the free person that you are. You get what I'm
I see,
saying? But
I
we
don't even
still
feel like you cut your pearls a lot.
I don't, but I mean,
And
and
I
I
think
got
this
a
is
lot of
good.
jokes
I think
too,
this is
but
good when you get to see how people see each other, right? Because
right.
even though she is my little sophisticated friend and all of that, and she gonna clutch her pearls, like I get a joy out of it when I'm doing something or we having fun and I'm doing something and she say, I'm about to pop you. You know,
You be
to me,
triggering that lady on purpose.
Yeah, to me, that's her. That's when I know she clutching her pearls. Like, girl, you is out here embarrassing me, girl. What are we? What is going on with you? But I love it and I live for it. I live for it. And I'm like, so I don't ever see her. I don't ever see you clutching your pearls because it's like, girl, I can't wait to give you a clutch and pearl moment. Like, it's like that's almost like an objective, but
That's
truly just
funny as
being,
shit.
but just truly being who I am. I think that
Yeah.
is important for you to have people around you where you can completely show up and be you unapologetically and wholeheartedly. You know, like I even had one of my friends, they love seeing me happy. So whenever she with me and if I'm happy doing something, she taking pictures of me. She taking videos and she's sending them to me. And it's not like she taking them and sending them to me because she try and put me in a group chat with her friends. Because we got people that do that too.
Oh man.
So I think it's just, I don't know. Raquel said, if I feel disrespected, I will cut you off instantly without warning. And I don't know if that's good or bad, but I choose my peace over being confrontational.
No,
Okay,
I like
so
that.
See, I love that. That
Yeah,
choosing
I
them
like
piece of
that.
the bench. That's why I'm saying
but
Absolutely.
you can
everything.
use your teeth
Everything
over being
don't even need
confrontational,
that.
but doesn't that go back to what you said, Tremaine, like when you was just in here grilling Andre? Like, how I'm going to know it was a problem if you ain't never say nothing?
Right, but I still don't even really feel like that's confrontational. That's why I say it's an importance of the label friend. Because if I'm your friend, we should be able to always talk about something. Now, if you letting
Mhm.
it build up, that is making it confrontational. Because now
Mhm.
you're at the point of upset that when you coming to me, you're not feeling like it was just a conversation because this has been several things you've done to me at this point, and I ain't letting you do it no more. You get what I'm saying? But you could have asked me when you disagreed with it the first time because if we friends, it should never be like a issue. Why are
Mhm.
we having an issue? Because I'm asking you a question. I'm like,
Mhm.
what is the real friend if you feel that it's a issue of me feeling like something was wrong? If we real friends, it should just be explained. Ain't no like hating my heart or anything. We friends.
Yeah.
You know
Mhm.
what I mean? So if
But
something going on, you the first person that should be able to come through with it. In the same vice
Mhm.
versa. If you doing something wrong to me, I should be able to come. If I have something personal going on in life and I need to come to you as my friend, I should be able to come. And I really, that's why I'm saying, like, literally, it makes me think, though, what do people really look like for real a friend is? Because I'm
Mhm.
not going to label you as my friend if I thought because somebody I don't get along with, you gonna run back and tell them all my business.
Mhm.
I'm
So
never
that's a good.
looking
So
at
since
that.
but
we got everybody
You
here, we
gonna have to
heard
make me a
Handyman.
believer. Huh?
I said we got everybody here. We heard Handyman is even you guys here on the show tonight. I'm gonna ask you guys, CJ and Andre. What is a real friend to you?
That's a good question because, like she said, it's so many versions of what that's supposed to look like.
But what does it look like for you?
For me,
What does a good friend? And you may need to take a little second to think about this, you guys. You guys,
yeah,
put the heart and the thumbs up, you guys, and you guys comment down and let us know
one,
what does a good friend look like to you? What is a good friend to you?
a good friend, somebody who cares about me enough to not let me do anything that's gonna hold me accountable and not cut no cards with me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Somebody who is going to be careful with the things that I tell them about me that's not supposed to, you feel me, get out in the world that's gonna damage me. Somebody that can keep our business our business. Um,
That sounds like a relationship, CJ. Was you doing it to these
a,
friends?
a friendship is a relationship. What you talking about?
It is the type of relationship,
A
ain't it?
friendship is a relationship.
Okay, it is, but he's talking about keep our business between our business. Well, what type of
Yeah,
business y'all
like
got?
I'm saying, if
You
I'm
know,
going through
we telling
something, like
telling you his secrets.
if
Like
I'm
what?
if I'm
I
if I'm
don't
I
going
say
through
secrets. It
something.
saying.
sound like they
They
For
was
secrets.
telling
me,
you the
no, I
No,
get
secret.
what he's
I'm
saying.
saying like if I'm going through something real traumatic or something that I
Right.
don't have you the only person that I can confide in telling this to.
Right.
I should have I should be able to be faithful enough to know that it's just between me and you, because
Right.
this is where the
Hey,
heart and
he
soul of
said
my
faithful. CJ's in
man,
relationship with his
listen.
friend.
This is where the heart. This is where the heart and soul of my feelings and my damage and my pain is coming from, and I can't just get at that. I can't share that with everybody.
Yeah, CJ. Yeah, I
Only
think
somebody
I
that's
feel
my
like that
true
sound
friend
like
can
a
have that.
relationship.
Huh?
You sound like you in a relationship. I ain't never heard to the depths of the soul
I
of being in
Man, but listen though, you ain't never
heard
heard nobody talk like me though either though.
You're right.
Yeah, man.
I ain't gonna lie, Tremaine. You call me talk about we friends and that to the depth of your soul. I'm gonna say, bitch, what you trying to fuck me? Bitch, you over here trying to smitten my kitten, okay?
Oh my God.
that. Okay, no problem. Now,
Don't
this
you
is
tell me don't you dare tell me you looking for the faithfulness in me, Tremaine.
Damn, yo.
she always mess up the
Don't you
vibe.
dare be
She
looking
does.
for the
She always
faithfulness
does
in
mess
me,
it up.
Tremaine.
Say no
What
though.
do you say? The depth of my soul. Don't Tremaine, now them words. I feel like you just said you want to say.
Say no. All jokes aside though, I take certain stuff like that serious because I never really had a whole lot of that. So whenever I
Okay.
do have it, I trash that. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I get it. You know, I like
Yeah,
picking.
yeah, man.
Andre, how about you, Andre? What did you sleep? What you doing with your friends? Shit.
I mean, I just like I said, friends, you people hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and be loyal by default. Like, no, we're not going to switch up on each other with somebody else, enters the room or something like that. Like, we should be able to be good.
Okay. Look, he said he's
And
supposed to agree with you.
your friends, you do be having a whole different, like I said, like a kind of love for your friends. Like you don't hold everybody else in that regard, and you have a lot of trust in them. You know what I mean? You have a lot of trust in them. I would never question whether my friend would throw me under the bus or whether my friend would have to throw me under the bus and make me a believer for me to see it.
Right,
You
absolutely.
get what I'm saying? Like, because
Okay, so
I'm
I'm
never
asking
gonna
y'all a
believe that
question.
they would do it.
Do y'all can answer it whenever which way y'all want, and so can y'all too out here watching the show tonight. Have you guys what you are in a friend, what you expect in a friend? Have you received that in your friendships?
Yes.
Yeah. Very seldom, but yeah.
Okay. Tremanda.
I'm gonna say yes, but I mean in different ways. I feel like everything that you might give to a person or a person give to you, you might can't give them the same. You might can't, because I think people
Mm.
show up the way they do. You know what I mean? Everybody, still be working through stuff. So seriously, like you might catch somebody in a space where you giving this and they not giving you that same thing, but they ain't even in the space that they grew
Because
to
they
know that.
can.
You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? They working through it. So I do think that, I'm gonna say yes and no. You know what I mean? I definitely have friendships that I might be showing up for stuff more than they could show up for me. You know what I mean? But I don't care when I do have the understanding of the space that they in. You get what I'm saying? Because I can't have the same expectations all the time. And they might can't have them out of me because I'm not pulling up in this manner that they could pull up for me. You know what I mean? Like, because I might not be in that space right now. I might be going through something. I don't know what's going on in my life. So I'm going to say yes and no to that.
But I
So
think
Okay.
Raquel said, I think people view me as a true friend. But if I'm real honest, I don't have a best friend. I think you have to be vulnerable within a friendship.
Right.
I've never met anybody who said they never had a best friend.
I didn't
You
either
have
though.
to be vulnerable. And some people might
Wow.
not be willing to do that, though.
I
So
never had a
and so
best friend
outside,
either.
so my question would be for the person that doesn't have a best friend. Um, I don't know. It's so I got so many questions that are going through my mind. I'm like, because I've never encountered it. Hit me with the hell of you. So then who's that person that
But their mate might be their best friend.
okay, but
But
before the
sometimes
mate
not
now,
have
goddamn
that.
it, we wasn't all born with a mate, Tremaine, the Lord.
I'm just saying, if she don't have a best friend, that might be
But
the
look,
best friend.
I was going to say that too, though. Like outside of like a girlfriend or boyfriend or husband or wife, right? We you know leading up to that. If you've never had a best friend, who was that close like person to you that you were vulnerable with and confided in? I'm curious to know that. Like, I want to know that. I've never met anybody who didn't have a best friend. So if you didn't have a best friend out of in your whole entire like existence on the planet,
You-
who did you confide in? Who did
I
you share?
think
You
for
know,
me, I think I've had a very, very small handful of people, even up to this day, that may have that can probably qualify as, you know, the best friend, quote unquote. I just think for me personally, I've ran away from that term. I've always ran away from that term. I think that term carries a lot of pressure and a lot of uh how should I say this?
so
A
you never
lot
had
of
a best friend either?
I I'm quite sure I've had people who was very, very deserving of carrying that title. I just me personally, I think I've always ran away from that term though. I ran away from using that term, putting
So
that
it's like
term on
it
people.
would feel
So when
like
you
Because I
said
feel
you
Raquel
said
like
you
you
never
really
have a best
guarded,
friend, you
make you
said you
really
never
guarded
had
someone.
you
because
said
I
you
feel
never heard nobody say they never had a best friend. Now you saying you ain't never had a best friend.
no, I'm dead serious because I've had people tell other people that I was their best friend, but I never said that.
Oh, okay.
I've never put that out there as them being mine all as well. Because,
Okay.
like I said, I've always ran away from that term. Not saying that them people wasn't good people that said that I was their best friend. I just
Okay.
feel like me seeing a lot of the stuff that I've seen and going through a lot of the stuff that I went through, I feel like that term puts a lot of pressure on people, and it also puts me in a space where damn, best friend. That means this is the best person in the world. They ain't never not ever supposed to do nothing to me or make me feel some kind of way. And then boom, something happened, and it's like, oh damn, that bitch.
Why is all your best friends women? Okay, so Raquel said I'm really guarded. Okay, so you've never really had anybody then, right? So that means you would never have anybody. Um, how about you? How about you, Andre? You have a best
That's,
friend?
yeah. Hmm.
What made them be your best friend? Like qualify.
Then you got qualifications. Um,
Listen, I listen.
Yeah, you know what? No, that's interesting. I would like to know
we've been
what.
rocking it day one,
Yeah, I want to hear some of these qualifications so I can, you know, get a better understanding of
and
how, you know, where y'all put these people at. So I can, you know, because like I said, I always ran
oh
from it
yeah,
because I
no.
didn't want to
I
be
mean,
caught off guard.
no, I mean like all the kids are my godchildren. You know, so yeah, and we've been good. We've been good. She's a female. We've been good. Even in in her marriages, it's like this is my best friend, and that's that. Like and I get along with her husband. Like everything is kosher and cool. We all friends. Like yeah, yeah.
So your best friend is your best friend because you the father, you the goddaddy.
No, not that that's actually my best friend. I mean, we built that friendship along the way. Not just because, but I'm saying she made me to go and turn on the goddamn children. But I mean,
Said
too
what?
much, too much a friend. I know. But yeah, I mean, but you know, over the years we've been, good friends to each other.
Okay. Handy Mandy.
Well, for me, I know my best friends that I have, we grew up from childhood. We grew up from childhood.
Hmm.
We've been through a lot of tough stuff together. Like, she lost her mom from cancer when she was kind of young. It was like we kind of guided each other through a lot of things. Like, and I'm talking about some
Hmm.
really tough things. And we just always been there for each other, period. You know what I mean? And she would be the best example I could use of sometimes, a person could be in a certain space and you could be in a whole different space mentally and you might can't show up for that person in the way they gonna show up for you. You know what I mean? But y'all still trying to do the best that y'all can, and the love that y'all got for each other, it stands out. You know what I mean? And too much stuff shouldn't be able to break stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, some people don't even really know the definition of friend, and then maybe some do. It's just their definition of it because of how they received whatever love or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, it just so depends on things. But I just feel like mine's I've definitely known from, I can't even remember not knowing her. That's how young it was that I knew her, since probably pamper size or something. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
and I still got that same friend. We both over 50. I knew her my whole entire life. You know what I mean? And we didn't fell out, and I mean, not even bad fallouts, but we definitely didn't went back and forth and had arguments and disagreements, but we don't never let that cross a line. You know what I mean? And I definitely know I want her to be the person tell me before some stranger tell me something that I need to hear. Please do it. That's why you my friend. I want you to do it. You be the person to pull my card. Please tell me so I can straighten it out before somebody else tell me that I don't even know like that. You know what I mean? Like, please be the one. I'd rather hear from my friend. I'm gonna take it from you better than I'm gonna take it from anybody else.
So Raquel said, being an only child makes you view things differently. I have close friends, but
Right.
God is who I go to, and I'm not real religious, but He has never failed me. You better come through. Okay. I know that's right. So for me, I think, in the younger days, oh, she said, and what she saying? And I am always there for others. That's just me, but I have great difficulty asking
For
anyone for
sure.
anything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I
That's
wish
it.
I girl, I wish I had that difficulty because I'd be like, listen, I need it, okay? But I hear a lot of people struggle with that. So here we go. My best friend, we've been best friends since like I met some of them in elementary and middle school. I feel like when I was in my 20s, I measured the best friend differently based upon um how much time was spent together, right? So you thinking because you're spending a bunch of time with a person that makes you they become your best friend and stuff. But but outside of that, um, as I've gotten older and I've seen like a best friend is um somebody that you can share things with, somebody that you can let your guards down and be who you are with no judgment. Knowing that you can call them and they're there at any given time for you. Um, Not keeping track of favors, you know. Um, and like y'all said, being honest and just holding you accountable, being there for you, showing up for you when you're not able to show up for yourself. I think that those things are important with a best friend. And for me, it's like as a best friend, it's like I rock with you. Like, so not saying if something don't happen to my friends, I won't cry, but it's like, child, something happened to you, I'm gonna be messed up, okay? You know what I mean? Like it's the connection. It's almost like based upon how I do it, like with a relationship. Can you handle me when I'm broken? How do I look like? How will you handle my heart when it may be torn to pieces
And
or
you
I'm
talking about me?
no.
Hello, she over there sounding like a lesbian.
Yes, okay, listen. I mean, I'm just going with the
Hands
flow.
on me when I'm torn in
Just a
pieces.
joke, just a joke.
Yeah, I just go with the flow. You started it.
Yeah, that's DJ.
But more so, that would be more for like my man though. But I mean, it's just someone who's just there, who's there, and I'm there for you, and vice versa, and we're just able to be there. There's a lot of trust there. Like trust is established. A foundation is already established of, us being able to talk to each other. If we fall out, like Raquel said, I know you're not gonna say nothing, you
Yeah.
know, about what happened. I don't know. I hate this, but some of y'all old school people don't do that. I can leave my man around you, um, and not be uneasy or feel like you may do something with them. You know, I feel like if I gotta look at you sideways around my man or leaving you with my man, and you don't need to be
So
around
why
me.
we friends? Right?
Yeah,
Why
Yeah,
we friends?
yeah.
why
So
we friends? You know, for instance, you know, I call my best friend husband. You know, and I remember I used to tell her like, "Oh, I called him today just in case you go through the fucking shoot, because I don't ever know when no wife doing a raid when she decides she might want to do a drive by, or if she do a drive by, right?"
right,
But it's just like I don't ever want there to ever be that inkling of you having to guess, you know. So it's like I'm like, oh, you know, I called him today. She like, I'm like, did he tell you? She like, no. I'm like, oh, well, I was just telling you, and it got to the point where it was like, stop telling me when you calling this man. You get what I'm saying? Um, and then we're also in a group chat together, me, her husband, you know. So it's I think that we all have different relations, but she know for a fact I would never do that. For one, me and my friends, we got different types. But she knows I wouldn't do that. Um, and then I remember my one home girl, she's not a best friend, but she's cool. She's more like a little sister. I remember I used to call I would ask her a question and I had a question for her baby father. And she'd be like, girl, if you call him, and I would call him and I'm like, oh, I talked to such with this. And she said, girl, I know goddamn well you don't want him. But she knew that because he was like, she was robbing the cradle, you know. He like 23 or something. She like, girl, I am not thinking about that. I know damn well you don't want no damn Devin. I'm like, long as you know, girl, you know.
that's
but
interesting.
but you know, it's just one of those things where I like when people are able to know certain things.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I do. Like I like
Right.
certain things, and I think that that's what comes into play. Like we talked about earlier, if you fall out with one of your friends, should your other friend fall out, it's one of those things. Whereas you know, what are you saying when I'm not around? Or
Right.
if you know, once I get up here and we go viral and we get these coins and I'm up here and these people talking about, oh, Candi Coated and did such and such and lied and took my money and scammed. Y'all to be able to say that's a lie. She ain't ever do that. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? So versus
absolutely.
versus being the ones riding the coattail talking about yeah. It's like what you know. People. And I'm learning this days too that sometimes your friends will know something going on and they ain't even speaking up for you.
And they ain't saying nothing. See, and
Right.
that's the tricky stuff I don't like. That, like
But
I
I
said,
believe all of that stuff will expose itself at some point.
it
That's why
will,
I'm
because
saying you
everything in
just
the dark gotta come to the light.
right.
It will.
It'll expose itself. And I'm telling you, like, as long as you know you being a true friend to somebody and stuff go to the left and you had to leave that where it's at, then it is what it is. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But I do believe that if you real, the person real, then it ain't too much that y'all gonna let crash what y'all got going on as a friendship. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? Because y'all should just be able to discuss when something's going wrong. But I believe, like, you know, and my friends, I'm not questioning nothing about my friends. To disappoint me, I'm gonna have to see it. And that's my friends. And I don't have a lot of them. I don't
yeah,
have no questions for my friends at all.
yeah.
I'm
Well, I'm glad to see that we got to discuss. You know,
like,
this was a great topic you brought up, Tremanda, earlier that let us hear because um we get to see what different people perspectives are on friendships. I think we all just have our own individual um definitions. But you know,
right.
let me go here before we go. Let me go to the internet.
Oh man.
Not the internet.
Oh
let's
man.
see. Let's see what the definition is on the internet. A person whom one knows and with whom one has a bond of mutual affection, typically exclusive or sexual or family relations. Type of definition of a that sounds like a CJ definition.
I knew you was. That's why I just was sitting here, because I knew you was ready to go there.
That's like I ain't never had that type of friend.
I knew it.
But
They
I
ain't
guess
saying
exclusive.
that's the
Let me
whole
take
thing.
your
They was
word.
just saying that's the aspect that can be applied.
You better
It's,
keep that aspect in. Let's me type in the word friendship.
they saying this type of friend, that type of friend, that type of friend. That's not the only. You feel me? They just broke it up. That's
No,
all.
they fucking it up.
But exclusive could be the regular friendship because everybody
Right.
don't get that
But
label.
listen, now I don't even want to use that word friend because look at this. Friendship definition is the emotions or conduct of friends, the state of being friends, old ties of love and friendship. This is an ideal group of finding support in friendship. Ah,
But
Why
that
you
ain't
read it
true
like
though.
that?
Most
Because
people
that's
do
not what it's
find
trying to say. Why you
no,
read it like that?
no, that's not.
I'm
That
reading
see,
the words the way the words are on the screen.
All that passion you just put in it, that's not how they type
So
it.
now I can't read with some emotion.
DJ said you
That,
adding something on there that don't belong, girl.
uh-huh.
Oh my God. Nigel, well, y'all weren't paying attention in kindergarten.
Hey, man. Hey.
They say you're supposed to read and make people feel.
Oh, yeah, I felt it.
I'm sure you did.
I felt it all right.
I don't think I want to use that word. I'm not using that friend. But you know what, though? It kind of makes sense when like you introduce people and you say, oh, such and such, oh, this is my friend. People instantly think that you're dating the person. No wonder why, because of this damn definition.
I don't know. This
I
tricky right here.
was going to say, can you go to a black dictionary because maybe it's a black
Oh yeah,
definition
let's
somewhere.
go to the urban. This sound like
We need to
something
go
they
to the
wrote.
urban dictionary or
Look, this
something.
sound like something. This is Christopher Columbus definition.
We don't ride with that nigga, man.
That's what I'm saying. He over here trying to put that friendship stuff on us. All right, the urban definition of a friend. Let's see.
I hope they don't be bringing all this new terminology in it.
No, hold on. I'm gonna type in urban because Google acting like they don't want to use urban. All right, so urban friends. Girl, this thing then sent me to a group for urban people. Let me ask Jupiter. Here we go, Jupiter. Jupiter, give me the definition of the word friend and friendship in the Black community. All right, what y'all think she gonna say before we get out of here? What y'all think? What y'all think? In the Black community, friend and friendship can carry meanings beyond the basic dictionary definition because of shared culture, history, community, and the idea of chosen family. All right, let me see. So here you go. So it says friend. At its simplest, a friend is someone you share mutual affection, trust, respect, and connection with. In many Black communities, though the word friend can mean someone who becomes more like family, someone who knows your struggles, celebrates your wins, tells you the truth, protects your name when you're not around, and shows up when life gets difficult. It's the word friendship. Friendship is the relationship created through that mutual trust, care, loyalty, honesty, and support. Within Black community, friendships has often always served as a form of community and survival. People looking out for one another, sharing resources, supporting each other's families, creating safe spaces, and helping one another navigate experiences that others may not fully understand.
See, I feel like we
There's
discussed all
another
that.
layer that I think is important. Proximity doesn't automatically equal friendship. Knowing someone for years, hanging out together, calling each other friend, sis, bro, or best friend, or being connected through the same community doesn't necessarily make the relationship a true friendship. A healthy friendship has reciprocity. It doesn't mean everything is always 50-50, but over time, both people should feel valued. There should be room for honesty without humiliation, accountability without disrespect, support without competition, and growth without one person feeling threatened when the other changes.
Okay. You like that?
They did that. I don't know.
Hey, but I got something to say real quick before you get off the line. But ain't that something? Because you see how when you go to a whole urban dictionary or Jupiter on the urban tip, it gives you a whole different definition.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like a definition of a friend.
Right.
CJ on that white people style.
Hey, man. Hey. Hey, man.
DJ said he was hunting for the black stuff. Like he don't know what the white people talking about over there.
I was just saying, I'm just a different type of person, and
you are an intimate friend according to these definitions.
Shoot, listen.
no, man, it's just the way that
That's
you heard it. Cause I'm like
Right.
that no matter who you is, whether you a male or a female. It's
So you're
just
a
right.
that it's
frisky, you're a frisky
unfortunate.
friend.
It's just
Y'all need know why you Candace a hot mess, okay?
He a freelancer friend. Come on, keep
hey,
discovering something.
yo, it's just unfortunate that it hasn't been reciprocated much often.
Oh, now you want to use the black slang with the reciprocation. See?
Hey, man, I ain't frisky with no dudes.
Yeah, but
God damn
listen,
it.
I listen, that's what you do in your private affairs. There's nothing to
Hey,
do.
yeah. So you never know till you
A
never
friend
know,
is a friend, and I don't got nothing to do with me.
huh?
Okay, I don't know. OJ did it. Okay,
OJ did it. Stop, yo.
I ain't
The
got nothing to
glove
do with
don't
nothing.
fit. The glove
All
do
I
not
did was brought
fit.
up the conversation because my homie brought up
They
the
say the glove
conversation.
don't fit.
The glove do not fit.
How many friends you decide to penetrate ain't got nothing to do with me.
Hey, man, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah,
We
I'm
ain't,
sure.
we ain't,
I can
we
tell
not,
from the
look,
definition.
we not talking about that today. Okay?
That's why y'all see. Look at that. We learned. That's why he feels so deeply.
We ain't talking about that today. Okay? And it's only been some, not all of them. Okay?
Hey, look, I ain't just talking about the definition. Now you
Hey,
telling on your own.
hey,
You see what
man.
I'm saying? The
If I'm
longer we keep talking, the more he keep.
man, listen. If you gonna go there, I'm gonna keep it funky. I'm not
I ain't
going.
trying to
I
go
ain't.
there. You need to stop going.
You know. I ain't gonna never lie to you.
You
Ooh,
need to
these
stop going
call-ins,
there.
boy, these call-ins be like the tea.
I ain't gonna. I,
Lord.
I ain't gonna never lie to you.
Yeah, clearly, because you got all this emotion.
Hey, man. Hey,
Mm-mm.
man.
He allowed the depth of our faithfulness in this friendship. I ain't never had nobody describe a friendship like that.
Hey, you ain't never had nobody describe a real friendship.
Well, we gave him two different definitions that was just.
Oh, that was fun, y'all.
Look, it wasn't even described. It was described. Okay.
Yeah, describe
Oh, I like that word, described.
Describe it. Yeah, we gotta write that one down.
Yeah, we're going to use that one. Ask somebody in the comments, write described.
I heard you.
But I'm glad that you guys. This was interesting. I'm glad that we all got to see what different friends are, who's there, who's not, and just getting to open up. Learning that what the true definition of a friend and a friendship is, and learning what the friendship word means to others. Some of it is platonic, some of it is demonic, and some of it is intimate. Okay.
Sheesh.
But I'm so glad that we got to have this time together. Is there anything you guys want to say before we get out of here? I was going to come on here with the consumerism that he had pointed out earlier, but I guess tonight wasn't the night for that. Black is power.
Damn, I forgot all about that.
Okay. But we're going to continue these conversations. Thank you guys.
Oh, her joint gotta get charged up. They said low power.
Well, I had a good time, yo.
Yeah.
Yes, I did too. I don't know if you can hear us, Candace, but we can't hear you. Something said low power.
No,
mic
we can't
died.
hear her.
That's because her mic died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great, plug up something else. But these topics is getting a little good, y'all.
Yeah, absolutely.
It make you think, like, seriously, some of this stuff do make you think, like, wait, man, let me go back in my Rolodex and ask this to myself, like, or to somebody.
So no.
All right, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we got you.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta charge my mics. I'm glad y'all take it up. Low power. She comes with the disrespect.
Right.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching the show tonight. Thank you guys. Look, they said we can't hear you. That's fine. That was a brief intermission. I heard everything they said. Glad y'all ain't too much. Okay. But no, thank y'all. I had a great time. This was a great show tonight. I can't wait to see what next week is gonna bring. And I'm here. Make sure you're there. We're doing the studio. It's been difficult trying to find the right desk, child. But thank you. Share the show, like, subscribe. If you want to contribute to the revamping, please feel free to do so. If not, that's okay too. We still gonna get it done. Is there anything else you guys want to say before I let y'all go?
I think I said nothing.
Same place, same time next week, y'all.
You heard what she said.